Question number 7. It says a company has installed two machines A and B. Okay, so we have two machines A and B to fill the oil in the bottles. Standard deviations of the amount of oil from machines A and B are 0.6 and 0.5 liters respectively. So it is given that the standard deviation of the amount of oil that will be filled using machine A is 0.6 liters and the standard deviation from machine B is 0.5 liter. The company managers suspect that the average amount filled by the two machines in the bottle is different. Okay, so the manager suspected that the average amount that the two machines filled in a bottle is different. So let's denote the average amount filled by machine A as mu A and the average amount filled by machine B as mu B. And we want to check, so the null hypothesis is going to be our mu A equals mu B, and we want to check if this is same or not. So mu A not equal to mu B is alternative hypothesis. In order to check this hypothesis, he took n samples from machine A. Okay, so from machine A, a sample of size n is taken and the average amount observed to be 1.2 liter. Let's note its average amount as x bar, and it is 1.2 liters. And a sample of 50 bottles from machine B has been taken and the average amount has been noted down as 1.2 liter, 1.6 liter. Okay, let's denote it as y bar. The p value of the test is given to us and we have to find this value n. Okay, so we know this is a two-sided, this is going to be a two-sided z test. This is the null hypothesis, h naught mu A equal mu B, and the alternative is mu A not equal to mu B. Let's take the test statistic to be x bar minus y bar. Okay, and the test is, we reject h naught if mod of x bar minus y bar is greater than c. But here we don't need all this. Okay, the test statistic to be x bar minus y bar. Okay, now the p value, which is given to be 0.04, we define it as probability that mod of x bar minus y bar greater than this 1.2 minus 1.6 given as mu A equal mu B, right? And now we want to convert this to the standard normal form. So we'll have to subtract the mean of x bar minus y bar and divide it by its standard deviation, right? So we'll do x bar minus y bar minus of 0, because mu A minus mu B is 0. So minus of 0 divided by its standard deviation. What is the standard deviation? It is going to be sigma A square divided by n plus sigma B square divided by 50. The same thing we'll do on the right hand side. So open this, it becomes minus 0.4 divided by sigma A square by n plus sigma B square by 50. Now we know the term inside the mod is R capital Z. So you can write this as probability mod of Z is greater than 0.4 divided by, what is sigma A square? It is 0.6. So 0.6 square is 0.36 divided by n plus 0.25 divided by 50. This is 0.04. This term you can write it as probability, 2 times probability Z less than minus of 0.4 divided by under root of 0.36 divided by n plus 0.25 divided by 50. Okay, you write this here. Now just solve those equations. It will become 0.04 divided by 2 equal fc of minus 0.4 divided by 0.36 by n plus 0.25 by 50. Okay, you take fc inverse on the left hand side. Now it will become, sorry, the p value of the test was 0.01. make it 0.01, 0.01, 0.01. Sorry for the mistake. So it becomes FC inverse of 0.005. Okay, and this is equal to minus 0.4 divided by square root of 0.36 divided by n plus 0.25 divided by 50. Okay, FC inverse of 0.05 is given by minus 2.58. Solve it here. So minus 2.58 equal minus 0.04. So let's write it here, minus 2.58. Once you solve this, you get 0.36 divided by n plus 0.25 divided by 50 equals 0.4 divided by 2.58 whole square. Okay, because once you open the square root, you will have to take the square on the other side. So it becomes 0.36 divided by n to be equal to 0.024 minus of, you take this term on the right hand side, it becomes 0.05. So n comes out to be approximately, n comes out to be here 18.947, that is approximately 19. So the value of the n is going to be 19. This is the correct answer. Let's move to this question, that is select the steps from the following option that we will use for finding the value of n in the previous question. Okay, so whatever steps you have used to find the value of n, you have to mark it here. This is an optional question and it will be evaluated only you have made some mistake in the previous one. I mean, in finding the value of n, if you have done some mistake, if your answer is wrong, then only this question will be evaluated. Okay, let's mark the options. So I've used my null hypothesis was mu1 equal mu2. This is wrong. Right tail test, no, we use two tail test, right? So this is wrong, this is wrong, this is right. It was not a t-test, it was a z test, right? Because the population standard deviation was given to us. Okay, so this is also wrong. G test is used, so the option G is correct. Now x bar minus 5 bar was a test statistic and it was normal mu1 minus mu2 comma 0.36 pi n plus 0.25 divided by 50. This is also wrong. Similarly, this is also wrong. See, this will be correct only if you assume your null hypothesis to be true, right? In this case, it will be correct, but here it is wrong. The test was you reject h0 if y bar minus x bar is, or xy minus y bar is greater than c. Okay, so let's keep it constant. Write it x bar minus y bar here, and here also x bar minus y bar, because our test statistic was x bar minus y bar. Okay, so these are our option, and it will be checked only if you have made some mistake in the previous question.